people. Today is the 30th of December, so happy New Year to everybody, no matter where you are in this world. Look, it's been a big year. It's been a big few years, if I'm being completely transparent. Lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of challenges, but really trying to tackle this year, 2025, with that kind of air of positivity. It's quite easy for all of us, myself included, to have this kind of sense of life dysmorphia. I, for one, hold my hand up with that. You know, I always think about how we could be better, how we can improve on things. My life is tough, my life is hard, when in reality, you know, we've got a beautiful thing around us. We just spent Christmas in Noosa with Nana and Pa and things like that, and haven't had a chance to go home to Ireland this year, which, you know, did have an impact on me. I was a little bit homesick, not being able to go home. It's been 6 Christmases since I've been back to Ireland, would you believe? But again, a lovely few weeks that we've had, and really needed to rest. And that's kind of a good segue into why I'm speaking to you here today. So look, we've got this amazing thing coming up with Nimbus in January with Whoop, the wearable tech brand, which I already am a evangelist of, and I've been using mine for nearly a year now. And not going to go into huge detail about that today, but we are running this pretty exciting campaign with them in January around the impacts of what a sauna and ice bath can do to you. So we're working with about 30 or 40 Australians. We're going to track all their data for a whole month using the Susanna Soderberg principle out of Scandinavia, around that kind of 40 to 45 minute saunas per week and about 10 to 11 minutes of ice baths or some form of cold therapy. That kind of got me, I suppose, thinking a bit deeper about my own personal health. A lot of people, myself included, sometimes forget why we started Nimbus back in 2016, and that was around personal health issues that both Sue and I were battling with at the time. Look, my list is pretty long, and like most people's health journeys, it's not just something that pops up maybe now and again. There's usually a road that leads to it. There certainly is a bit of genetics and things like that with me. I have a condition called MTHFR, where my body struggles to methylate. I struggle to absorb folic acid and vitamin B12 specifically. My body struggles to detoxify. I have a lot of inflammation in my body. I've always had that. Even though I played semi-professional soccer all my life, I always was battling that throughout my playing career. And I also have autoimmune conditions. So whilst my grey beard sometimes people think is part of my look, well, it is, but that's actually alopecia areata that I've got in my beard. That came about 6 or 7 years ago, first out of the blue. And you know, it's obviously still here today, and it's just something that you battle. And basically what happens when you have an autoimmune condition is your body is fighting your own body. So something is not right. So whilst I live predominantly a healthy lifestyle, you know, I train a lot, I do saunas and ice baths, and you're probably thinking, what am I talking about? But what I'm really going to try and do is I'm starting a 3-month health kick. And it kind of was a catalyst off the back of the Whoop challenge that we're doing. But I kind of thought it's time for me to go a little bit deeper into my own health. When you have inflammation, autoimmune conditions, it can have long-term effects if you don't address it. So when I have foods that are high in sugar, for example, candida I struggle with quite a lot as well. So there's a whole raft of things going on. And whilst I do look after myself, you know, 80% of the time, I've decided in my own self that I need to try and elevate that a bit further, especially into 2025. And look, those kind of feelings and thoughts hit home more when you have children, and it's about the future. My own body, you know, waking up every day feeling tired, having those skin kind of issues, like it's just not normal. And I really felt like this is the time to try and tackle it. So that was a long way of me telling you that, look, this is just a bit of an intro to see what's going to happen over the next 3 months. It's going to include things like a full gut cleanse that Sue and I are both going to do. I'm going to stay off alcohol for 3 months. I'm going to really focus on sleep. Yes, I'm going to train. I'm also working with my These Lads Are Mental podcast co-host Gary Rafferty, who is a sports scientist basically and a strength and conditioning coach. And Gary has an amazing app where he trains a lot of soccer players in terms of their exercise, nutrition and things like that. So it's going to be a mix of working with the Whoop challenge, keeping up my exercise, but having a bit more of a plan around it. And I'm working with Gary on that, focusing on nutrition, which is also leaning on Gary and also Sue, who is a qualified nutritionist, who I'm sure most of you are aware of as well. And then focusing on key areas like sleep and removing of some things that are causing issues for my body, that are increasing the likes of inflammation. And look, these things are pretty serious. Like, if I don't get on the top of some of these things, some of the side effects include cardiovascular disease, increases your levels of depression and mental health, which everybody knows that I struggle with as well. Things like anxiety, panic attacks are all parts of my life. So this is really a whole of picture project that I'm trying to work on. I'm really trying to biohack myself, and it's something that I've been thinking about for many, many years, and I've always kicked the can down the road, and I've kind of dipped my toe in it a little bit. I've done some elimination diets in the past for a couple of months, but I've never really fully lent into this, and now's the time. I turned 40 in November. I'm not playing that elite level sports or soccer anymore. This is on me. I've hit that crossroads. It's not necessarily a midlife crisis. Milestones like turning 40 don't come more than once in your life. And I feel it's a good segue for me to really give this a bang. And our positioning statement with Nimbus is welcome your well-being. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and do over the next 3 months. So if you're interested in this, if you want to learn from it, follow my journey as I go along. I'm going to be writing some blogs. I'm going to be doing weekly check-ins. I'm going to do a bit of a health survey at the beginning, and at the end, I'll do the before and after photos. I'll do some streaming out of the saunas live, and then we'll obviously release that Whoop data at the end to see what is actually done specifically for me. And look, that's the beauty about wellness generally, whether it's a Whoop or whether it's saunas or whatever it is that you do. We're all intrinsically different, right? My body shape, who I am, my lifestyle, my environment, it's very different to you listening here. So comparison really isn't reality for any of us. Even though I'm the worst person at comparing myself to others, I think I'm doing good and I see somebody else and I think, fuck, why am I doing that? Why can't I achieve that? But honestly, it serves us no end whatsoever, because we're all completely different. Our bodies, our jobs, our family, everything is completely different. So this is really about looking inward, me putting my head down over the 3 months and just really having a good go at it and see where it comes out the other end. Who knows? Maybe some things get worse, maybe some things get better, I don't know. But hopefully I'll pick up some learnings along the way, and hopefully you will too. So for now, I've got 2 more days of 2024 to kind of relax. And when it comes to 1 January, I'm in. So come along and join me on the ride. Cheers, guys. Bye.